are doing well. Welcome back to my ASMR channel. This video is going to be a lo-fi, soft-spoken video. This is a requested video, so I'm going to give you some facts about me. It's like a question answer type of video. A bunch of like random facts too. And it is insanely hot right now. I can't turn my fan on because it's way too loud. So I'm going to try not to die here, which is a challenge. Okay, so let's start with the basics. I am a French woman. Was born in France. My name is Pauline. It has a lot of different versions in Europe. Sadly, there's no translation or equivalent in English. I guess Paula would be the closest thing you can get to, but yeah, my parents chose that name because we have a multilingual family, and it had to be a name that fits every language of our family, and doesn't have like a weird meaning in one of them. So my name is Pauline, also pronounced Pauline in German and Palina in Slavic languages. So I was born in France in the south, but my parents are not French. My mom is German and my dad is Azeri. He's from Azerbaijan, and he himself is half Azeri, half Tatar. So I am German, Azeri, and Tatar. Tatars were nomads from Central Asia and Western Asia in the Ural Mountains, and very proud of that heritage. So yeah, I can sadly not speak Azerbaijani, I think, but I can understand a bit of Russian because my dad speaks Russian. So yeah, he was born in the Soviet Union, so that's why he speaks Russian. So yeah, it's a happy mix of two people that should not have met each other, but they did. I am currently 21 years old, born in December. I'm a Sagittarius. And I'm very happy to be a Sagittarius. I love winter. I love every season, but I have a particularly hard love for winter and summer. I don't really like spring and autumn. I think they're yes, they are useful to nature, but not to me. I currently live in a apartment by myself. I moved out last year. I still see my parents, I still go to the house. but I started my law studies, so I needed to be closer to my university. So I study law in the south of France again, and I'm currently in my first year. Well, last year was my first year, but I have to do it again. I don't have enough credits, and so I have to, do my year again, which honestly does not bother me. I'll just be better this year. I'm a cat person. I've had dogs and I loved my dogs, but the thing is that I only like my dogs. I usually don't like other people's dogs, or like rare exceptions, But yeah, I'm definitely a cat person. I have a beautiful Siamese cat. She's not with me in my apartment. She's with my mom and dad, but I love her to the moon and back. We have 2 other cats. Yeah, cats are just what I prefer. I've always loved animals. I have fishes right now that you saw in the previous videos. And yeah, I just like animals in general. I've always been around them, and I don't see myself living without animals around. I'm a horse girl, and usually people guess that because horse girls have a particular vibe around them. But yeah, I'm a horse girl. I've been riding horses for 15 years, which is insane. And I've had a horse before. Sadly, I had to sell him for, financial reasons. It was just better for the horse to, be with someone else. And yeah, very sad. Sorry. But I still ride horses from time to time. I would love to pick up like regular horses or horse riding again. I might do it again at one point. I mean, it's sure that I'm going to do it again. I want to own a horse again in my life because it's a beautiful, beautiful partnership that I really appreciate. So yeah, riding horses always been a thing. There's actually a picture of my mom riding a horse while being pregnant with me. So technically, I have been riding horses my whole life. I don't have any siblings. I'm an only child. And I used to want siblings when I was like 7, 8. But now I'm really happy that I don't have any. I really love being an only child. I like my alone time, and I like having my parents' attention, I don't have to share it with anyone. It's quite selfish, but yeah, that's how I like it. Also, I, up until my 7th life year, lived in a very rural countryside little village. I don't even know if you can call it a village because there were like 10 inhabitants and 150 sheep. So I was living in the deep countryside, and I kind of grew up like a savage little child. I was doing a lot of things by myself. My parents did not really interfere interfere with the stuff I was doing. I had a very happy childhood with very little screen time, almost none, a lot of nature. I was with the sheep, like I mentioned. I was taking hikes alone in the nature with my dog. And yeah, it was just absolutely lovely. And when you see me and when you see my Instagram, stuff like that, you don't think that this girl knows how to catch a sheep. She does. She does know how to catch a sheep. And yeah, it's just when I tell that to people, they usually don't believe me. But yeah, I used to eat snails and eat grass, and I learned how to swim in a river almost by myself. So yeah, I was a little savage girl, a dirty child. But dirty children are happy children, so I'm a salty person. Although I think a lot of people around me would disagree. I have very specific sweet cravings, but I'm more of a salty person. I could eat salty things like all day long, but I get quite sick if I eat too much sweets, But I have like very specific cravings. For example, ice cream. I could eat ice cream all day long, but it has to be like super good ice cream, like the Italian heavy ice cream with almost no air in it, super dense. Love that. I love it. And I'm willing to like go quite a long drive or walk to get ice cream. I'm willing to do what it takes. Usually when I come home, I strip and get into pajamas. If I need to shower, I do that first. I get all my makeup off, I do my skincare, and I eat. I'm a huge eater. I love eating. And I love cooking too. It's one of my hobbies. I've been cooking my whole life. My mom was a cook, like a chef. And so, yeah, I was taught from a very young age just, to navigate a kitchen. I love astrology and astronomy. I love astronomy more than astrology, probably. I love to understand how everything works, with physics and all of that. I picked up a very huge interest in the way black holes work and, how the expansion of the universe would work and works, and black matter, all of that. So I'm quite interested in that. I am a very curious person. I always crave to learn new stuff. And when I get my hands on an interesting subject, I usually do a lot of research. So there are some subjects like astronomy that interest me very much, like the deep sea, the underwater world, and marine creatures. I love that a lot. So yeah, you have a lot of books in my apartment that talk about different subjects. Art. I'm a huge art lover. I've been lucky enough to have had the opportunity to go to different museums, to go to the Venice Biennale, which is a huge art exhibit. I just love art, modern art, old art, you know. I think my favorite movement is surrealism and impressionism and modern art. I like modern art installations. Yeah, really interesting. And everyone can understand something else by looking at art. You don't need to have an explanation for it. You can make up your own. And that's very interesting to me. I love to watch out for details and discover new things. That's also a big part of my curiosity, personality trait, you know. So, yeah. Another little fact, I am quite tattooed. You might not see it right here, but I have quite a few tattoos and more incoming. And usually people say that it clashes with my looks, but people who really know me know that my tattoos are exactly who I am, which is always funny. And usually it's older people who are like, oh my god, sweet little girl, does not fit you. But yes, it does. So I might show them to you one day in a video if you want. You know, doing a little tattoo tracing video. So yeah, I don't think there's a lot to say about me. I have a few friends that are very dear to my heart, and I keep them really close, you know. So yeah, that was a bit of me. Thank you to the follower who suggested I do that video, and I hope that it was interesting at least, and also that it was relaxing. So yeah, feel free to comment anything you'd want to see. Go check out the links down in my bio. You have my Instagram, which is linked, and on my Instagram you'll find a bunch of other links that might interest you. So up until then, have a nice sleep, and